In the year 1099, the Crusaders captured Jerusalem. It was a bloodbath. They slaughtered almost every man, woman, and child in the city. Blood reportedly flowed up to the knees of their horses. 88 years later, a Muslim leader took the city back. The Christians inside were terrified. They expected revenge. They expected a massacre. But this leader was different. He didn't kill them. He didn't enslave them. He let them buy their freedom. He even paid the ransom for the poor out of his own pocket. His name was Salahuddin Al-Ayyubi, known to the West as Saladin. He was the Sultan of Egypt and Syria. He was the sword of Islam. But history remembers him not for how many people he killed, but for how many he spared. Today we tell the story of the Knight of the Desert. Saladin wasn't an Arab. He was a Kurd, born in Tikrit, in modern-day Iraq. As a young man, he wasn't interested in war, loved theology and religious studies, but destiny had other plans. He was sent to Egypt with his uncle to help defend against the Crusaders. Through a series of political maneuvers and deaths, Saladin found himself as the vizier of Egypt. But the Muslim world was divided. They were fighting each other more than they were fighting the Crusaders. Saladin realized that to take back Jerusalem, he first had to unite the Muslims. He spent years bringing Syria and Egypt together under one flag. He was a master politician. He didn't just conquer. He built schools, hospitals, and mosques. He won the hearts of the people. By 1180, he was ready. The trigger for war came from a crusader named Reynold of Chatillon. Reynold was a monster. He attacked Muslim pilgrims traveling to Mecca. He broke treaties. He taunted Saladin. Saladin swore an oath, "I will K*LL Reynold with my own hands." In July 1187, Saladin set a trap at the Horns of Hattin. The Crusaders marched across the desert in heavy armor, under the scorching sun. They had no water. Saladin's army blocked the wells. While the Crusaders were dying of thirst, Saladin ordered his men to light fires with dry grass. The smoke and the heat broke the Christian army. It was a massacre. The king of Jerusalem and Reynold were captured. Saladin offered water to the king, showing mercy. But he turned to Reynold. He drew his sword and executed Reynold on the spot.
How justice was served.
The path to Jerusalem was open. Saladin besieged the holy city. The defense was led by Balian of Ibelin. Balian knew he couldn't win. He threatened to burn the city and kill every Muslim hostage inside if Saladin didn't give them terms. Saladin didn't want to destroy the third holiest site in Islam. So he negotiated. On October 2nd, 1187, Saladin entered Jerusalem. Unlike the Christians, 88 years earlier, there was no looting, no murder. He purified the Al-Aqsa Mosque with rose water. He allowed Jews to return to the city after being banned by the Crusaders. This act of mercy shocked Europe. They couldn't believe a heathen could be so chivalrous. But Europe didn't give up. Pope called for the Third Crusade. And this time, they sent their greatest warrior, Richard the Lionheart. The war between Saladin and Richard is legendary. They were worthy opponents. They fought for years along the coast. Richard was a beast in battle. He never lost a fight, but Saladin was a strategic genius. He knew how to wear Richard down. Their relationship was strange. They respected each other deeply. When Richard's horse was killed in battle, Saladin sent him 2 fresh horses, saying, "It is not right for a king to fight on foot." When Richard fell ill with a fever, Saladin sent him fresh fruit and snow from the mountains to cool his drinks. Imagine that. Sending ice to your enemy during a war. In the end, they reached a stalemate. Richard realized he could capture Jerusalem, but he couldn't keep it. They signed the Treaty of Jaffa in 1192. Jerusalem would remain under Muslim control, but Christian pilgrims would be allowed to visit safely. It was a peace based on mutual respect. Richard went home. Saladin stayed in Damascus. But his time was short. Less than a year after the peace treaty, Saladin fell ill. When the most powerful man in the Muslim world died, his servants went to open his private chest to pay for the funeral. They were shocked. They found no gold, no silver. They found only 1 gold piece and 40 silver coins. Not even enough to pay for his grave. Where did the money go? He had given it all away. to the poor, to his soldiers, to the people. He owned nothing but his reputation. Saladin proved that you can be a conqueror without being a monster. He is a hero to Muslims and a legend to Christians. A true knight of Islam,